Hello students, welcome to environmental studies, and now we are in module number 5, which is nothing but latest developments in environmental pollution mitigation tools. So in this module I am going to cover the next video like field work, environmental engineering laboratory, green building and water treatment plant. So straight away we'll go to the topic. So the first one is field work. So what is that? Nothing but the field work. So because we have to physically check and understand the process. So how the things are going on in the engineering laboratory, okay, which is related to environment. So what is that? Nothing but how to do that. So we have to visit the environment engineering laboratory or green building or water treatment plant or wastewater treatment plant. So all these areas, just visiting and understanding and understanding the process, and we have to document it. So all these things comprises the field work. So this is all about the field work. So why it is required, all these things already we have seen that in laboratory, and what is that engineering laboratory and green building that I am going to explain in my next slides, and what are the different methods to what you call, and what are the assessment that we are doing. So that already in my previous videos that I have covered. So first one, we are going to see that green building. So why it is required, this design, construction and operation, why it is required to reduce or eliminate a negative impact and creative positive impact on what climate and the nature environment. So normally that flyovers and all, so some areas that we see that plants are grown in some buildings, so they encourage planting the trees, small plants and all those things. They keep it for removing or eliminating or reducing the negative impacts which is falling on the environment. And it's a great sign for all of us that it is a responsibility to everyone to plant a tree for the for the future generation, because if the same thing happens in the same way how it is happening right now, so it will create a big damage, huge damage on the next generation. So to avoid that, so this green building, it is a kind of creating an awareness for the people to improve the positive impact on the climatic conditions and the nature. So what are these green buildings? That preserve precious natural resources and improve our quality of life, right? So this will improve the way of the looking at the things, that perspective, right? So slowly we encourage people by doing this to to encourage or sending that right signals to the people for the planting the trees and all, to avoid reduce the pollution which is happening, air pollution, right? So the next one is the green building. So what are the things that we can take, or from how we can contribute? Suppose we are constructing a building or house, so what are the things that we can do from our side, we can contribute? For example, I am just going to explain what are the conventional things and what are the other things that we can follow for the green building process. So first one is the roofing for constructing a building. For example, conventional method of doing is like tar, asphalt and metal sheeting. This is the conventional method of doing it. So instead of that, so roofing can be done in a non-conventional method like rammed earth or green, this kind of the buildings that I am shown over there, or thatched. So these are the things that roofing that we can do it. And coming to the walls, the conventional method of doing is like wood or steel or concrete. So these are things that we follow for constructing walls and all. For the other side, the non-conventional method is like bamboo sticks or fiber reinforced mortar and recycled plastics, so that we can use it for walls. And next one is for insulation. What are the conventional method that we follow is fiberglass and polyurethane foam. So these are the things that we use for conventional things. For the other side, the non-conventional, straw bale and adobe and recycled cottons. So the time has come for us to shift to the non-conventional methods, right? As we all see in the module 1, the starting chapters, that we have seen the difference between conventional energies and non-conventional energies, which is nothing but renewable and non-renewable energies. Now attention has been given to renewable energies, like solar energy, wind energy, tidal energy, all those things and all. So the same way, so for to reduce the environmental damage, so we have to switch over to the other non-conventional methods, right? So to improve for this green building. Now coming to this green building, what are the things that will include? What are the different features which can make a building green? So what are the different features that we are going to see? The first one is energy resources, right? Efficient use of energy, water and other resources. So we have to use it very effectively, and usage of this renewable energy, such as I told you that the solar energy is one among them, and then wind energy, tidal energy, hydel energy. So all these things, so we have to use that renewable energy instead of non-renewable energy such as fossil fuels and all. So that will make what you call the additional thing to make a building green. And next one is reuse and recycling. I have been telling from the beginning that so lots of what you call waste materials are being dumped in this environment. So how to reuse it and how to recycle it. So we have to more focus has to be given to this reuse and recycling, pollution and waste reduction measures, and the enabling of reuse and recycling, and then indoor environmental air quality. So there should be good indoor environmental air quality. Okay, so that should be pleasant. The indoor should be pleasant. The air quality should be pure. So there should not be any kind of foreign particles or harmful gases. And then usage of materials that are non-toxic, ethical and sustainable. So choosing the materials, so that is also very important, which should be non-toxic and ethical and sustainable. And then design, construction, operation. So consideration of the environment. So whatever the design that we use, the previous slides, what I have told you, the difference between the conventional and non-conventional. The same way for designing or construction department or any operation kind of thing, or any or as in the case of industries or automobile field. So any field, so we need to consider the environment into picture. So for example, automobile industry, earlier there was lead which is creating a damage. Now unleaded petrol, right? So all these things have been introduced for consideration of this environment. So in the same way, for whatever the things that we use or we do or design or construct or operate, so we need to consider the environment. So consideration should be there for the environment. And then consideration of the quality of life, occupants and design, consideration and operation, quality of life. There should be quality, at the same time it should be environment friendly. So this is what the green building talks about, or it's all about. A design that enables adaptation to a changing environment. So earlier we have been following the methods, but which is not useful for the environment now. Now we have to adapt to the change in the environment. So that kind of design that we have to adapt, so that the environment will be good and it will be good for our future generations too. Now this is what I was talking about, the green building. Look at that pictures. So there will be a building and a rooftop on top of it. So this is the 2020 and 2030, 2015. So different years that is mentioned. Slowly the growth is being taken place on top of the building, and when we construct a building inside indoor, so everywhere, so there will be a small garden and plants and trees, so that it will take away all the negative impacts which is happening on this environment, and it will give a pleasant quality air, and so we will be comfortable inside. So these kind of things are being taking place in this green building. So this is all about the different years that we can see slowly. So it has to become a part of it. It has to become part of our daily routine, right? So this is a green building. So now coming to this environment engineering laboratory. So So different laboratories that we see, that chemistry laboratories or physics laboratories, and also the another thing is environment engineering laboratory. So what is that do? So they will take the broad scientific topics like chemistry, it can be biology, it can be ecology, it can be geology or hydraulics or hydrology or microbiology and mathematics. So all these areas or topics they will cover for this engineering environmental engineering laboratory, right? And to create solutions for everything to protect and improve the health of living organisms and improve the quality of life. So that is all about this environmental engineering laboratories. So they check the water quality, that air quality, soil quality. So in each and every department, so they try to improve the quality of life, and so make our human organisms, the living organisms, feel comfortable. So what are the topics they cover? So all these things that I have spoken about, the different fields. So they cover, they take the help from them to what you call to improve the health of living organisms, to improve the quality of life in the environmental engineering laboratories. And the next thing is environmental engineering laboratory. So different experimental methods will be done for relevant to the environmental engineering, and different tests will be done for drinking water, sewage samples, and checking the pH values and total dissolved solids, and biochemical oxygen demand and chemical oxygen demand, that is BOD and COD, biochemical oxygen demand and chemical oxygen demand, and what are the total suspended particles are present in the water, so as per BIS standards. And then assess the water quality standard of the region, pollution, sewage, working efficiency of sewage and other water treatment unit, and then experiment on air, that is ambient air parameters, such as how much amount of oxides of nitrogen, sulfur dioxide, and suspended particles, which are, and noise pollution measurement are also performed in this lab. So all these things, the areas they will cover in this laboratory, which is nothing but environment engineering laboratories. Next one, so there is a picture which I have posted here, so for your reference, that so a sample picture, so which resembles the engineering laboratories, environmental engineering laboratories. So they will what you call check each and every field, like soil, air, plant, forest, like noise pollution. So all the areas they will check, and then so they try to improve the quality of this human origins. So this is the water treatment plant. Okay, so this is the, I'm talking about this water treatment plant. It will have the 5 objectives for typical large water treatment plant. They are pre-treatment, pre-filtration, and then filtration, then chemical treatment and disinfection. So these are the 5 objectives that a water treatment plant does have. So pre-treatment will be doing, and filtration will be doing, pre-filtration, again filtration and chemical treatment, and if there is an infectious bacteria are there, disinfection will be done. Okay, and then although treatment is necessary to improve the quality of drinking water, the process also creates its own pollution problems. Absolutely, because we are talking about improving the quality of drinking water in this process. So there will be another advantage is like our own pollution problems will be eradicated slowly by doing this water treatment. Okay, so this is for your this is a working principle of, nothing to explain about this, just for your reference how that water treatment plant works and how that functions, right? So the chemical flash meter, sedimentation process, the remaining sludge particles will come down, and then clear well and suction well, so that storage. So this is that the process that is for your reference, that water treatment plant, how the water, what is the water principle, working principle of water treatment plant. All right, and then so this is another water treatment plant. So in another view, okay, aerobic digester will be there, and so anoxic and anoxic 1 and anoxic 2 sludge storation. So this is another view, another example that I can show for this water treatment. So this is all about this what do you call, water treatment plants. So we have covered in this how that water treatment plants and environmental engineering and green building. So these are the three things that I have covered in this in this video. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you.